What's up, guys? This is Justin with IGN. I'm here with Simon. He's the lead developer on Battlestone.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
And so we're taking a look. I haven't seen this game before, but it's one that's sort of been, bouncing around. I've been hearing the name. You're getting closer to launch, and you're finally sort of ready to show things off.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, so let's just kick it in. I'll jump into the game, and we'll kind of explain as we go.
And so you're a part of Zynga now, but this is a project that they picked up, right? Like you were working on this as a startup.
Yeah, so 3 colleagues and I formed a company called November Software. I'm kind of moving around, so as I go here.
So it's just sort of tap and move or tap and hold to move.
Tap and hold to move, you let go, it leaves a waypoint.
Cool.
We formed a company called November Software where we took our experience from building the Star Wars The Force Unleashed franchise to kind of build the tech and the style into a kind of a new combat game that we'd feel would be really fun for phones and tablets. So that's kind of what started it off.
Awesome.
And then we joined forces with Zynga last year to build this game much better than we could have done by ourselves. So I'm going to back up here, and I'm going to kind of teach the basic combat to you guys.
Sure, and so this is sort of not strictly a tutorial, but like we're in the early stages of the game. These guys aren't too threatening.
Yep, so what I did there is I just did one little swipe over all 4, and it took them all out by themselves. So what we tried to focus about this game is something that felt casual and fun, and you could do very simple actions with the swipe of your finger and have a lot of payoff. So like there, I did one swipe, and the guy does 3 combo moves.
Gotcha. So you can sort of see, if people were paying attention, that there was a little, you could see where you had swiped your finger.
So here, part of the story is that in your world, there's an evil force that's corrupted it called the Void. And you play as a role as a summoner that gathers these mighty heroes, and you have to control them to take it out and to train them and to find these things. And so these spires are part of the corruption of the Void, and you have to take them out. So here I'm just going to swipe my finger all over everything. I happen to catch...
we did.
I happen to catch that bug there. So I swipe over the 3 pillars and try to take them out. Like this. There we go.
Got it.
And then when the few's left, I can kind of bash on it while I'm just kind of swiping over it a few times. So walk over to the right. What I'm going to do is, any point of the game, you can actually swap to a lot of characters. There's a lot of different characters in the game.
Okay.
So I kind of racked myself up with some dudes here. I'm going to kind of switch to this girl.
And do they play differently? I'm assuming they have sort of their own little things going on.
So the mechanic is all swiping and tapping, but based on who you play, they do different things that fits to them.
Cool.
So I'm going to walk over here, and the rogue shoots from afar.
Gotcha.
So she kind of takes dudes out. That was still one swipe, so I'm just going to swipe and take these guys out. Close range, she's not as strong. So the style is to kind of stay in the distance and take them out from afar.
And so this was, a very, very short stage. You sort of have one little objective, you get in and get out. I mean, is that sort of how all the stages are? Are some of them a little bit lengthier?
Yeah, we start out kind of teaching you the basic mechanics. I just went to an early level right there.
Sure.
And then if I kind of go on to the next quest area, I give some other options. So if we try to this is another one where we have to remove the corruption.
Okay.
Well, yeah, they get lengthy, but we wanted to focus on. We found for phones and tablets, the right experience is short play sessions.
Sure.
That don't take over your whole day.
And we should point out we are playing on iPad 2 right now, and so you're launching on iPhone and iPad, Android as well?
Android as well.
Okay,
yep.
Great.
So
this is running well on an iPad 2. You don't need, it sounds like, the sort of newest device in order to be able to play.
It runs well on current devices. It runs pretty well on the old ones, and it'll obviously run better on the new stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, we built the technology from the ground up, so it's all homegrown. And kind of focus a lot on performance and getting it to run fast, because we felt people wanted to twitch a lot, so we wanted the game to be very responsive. This is a level 4 kind of big elite character I kind of put into my rank. He's got a really bad, I don't want to swear on the thing, but he's got a really awesome sword, axe. So I just kind of swiped over everything and just kind of taking them all out.
So is this, there's all kinds of playable characters, you said, right, that are all sort of, maybe they're similar, but they have their different strengths and weaknesses. Is that sort of the mechanic of the game, is unlocking different characters, or, how big of a pool of characters are we talking about?
There's 3 basic classes of characters. There is, let's hunt these guys down. So there is mages, which you haven't seen yet. There's the rogues, which are the archers, and then there's the brutes.
Cool.
The hack and the beat 'em ups. So if I want to switch to the mage, for example, I'll show you that base. So from each of the classes, there's 4 tribes, elemental abilities. So for example, this is a fire mage, and he's kind of slow on the attacks. He can kind of dash around in nice kind of advanced ways, but his real strength is the special abilities. You can see the buttons on the lower left.
Right.
This guy can really nuke the whole screen when he wants to. So I'm going to kind of let him charge up. Okay, here we go. So this one we like to call the Phoenix Blast. This kind of just takes over the whole screen. This is the get out of jail free card. Oh, and I leveled him up. That's nice. So that just nukes the whole screen, and when you're kind of in trouble, you use that one.
Yeah, and so for the most part, what we've been seeing so far is you're sort of tapping to move and swiping over enemies to kill the enemies. I haven't seen much in the way of like virtual buttons or D-pads or anything like that. So
we're not into the...
So this guy has a couple of skills that are on buttons, but for the most part, we're looking at like gestural controls, right?
Yep, it's kind of freeform gestural. Nothing you have to memorize with the gestures.
Yeah, so there's not like, circle around your character to do a special attack or anything like that.
So some characters, some of the advanced ones have 2 abilities, so you notice this guy has 2.
Yeah.
The one at the top is a fire painting ability. I'm going to show you that. So I'm kind of getting away from it. So if I do this, I can paint a wall of fire, and then this creates a wall of fire between them and actually catches them in a fire when they walk on it. So
gotcha. I see what you mean about like freeform.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And so we're earning money here. I'm assuming that, what's sort of the flow of the game? If someone hops into it, they complete a mission, they earn some resources.
Yeah, so what the ultimate goal of the game is to summon the best heroes, gather like the best, and upgrade them. So when you want to summon a hero, you come to the summoning portal, for example. So here, I could you find these elements called Battlestones communicate to the heavens in the Valor Guard, and they summon the heroes from the other realm. For here, I got a basic brute, for example. They have to arrive to come to your party. You can rush it, and then once they're in a party, you can play with them, and you can summon other characters, for example.
And so is it meant to be, collectible in the way that people would think? Like, they're trying to collect. I think you said if there's 4 classes and
3 classes, 4 tribes, so 12 unique guys. Each of the 12 can rank up to there's 4 ranks, 4 upgrades of upgrade pass. There's technically 48 different styles, and there's different abilities, different combat tactics, different powers that work well with different bosses. It's good to collect a bunch and see which ones work well with different parts of the game.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then, I summon the new guy. I can go in. I can play with him now.
And so there's different, I'm seeing as you're sort of swiping through these different, sets of levels, that there's different types of stages, the minion hunt, duel, boss battle, and these are all, you'll see them repeat, but they're sort of different ways to different goals to achieve.
The game escalates as you play. Guardian, you have to guard, you have to defend certain points. Let's see if we can take down the boss. This is actually pretty challenging. We'll see if I can do it, or you'll watch me crumble to my knees.
Fair enough.
So when you take out the boss, you kind of go into a little bit more of a sophisticated level. It has more waves, and it really does test your skills. So I'm actually in a further level too, where the enemies are a bit more complicated. So those shield guys, you kind of have to learn that you have to hit them in the first part of your combo. If you don't, they'll block you.
Gotcha.
So it actually teaches you, like, oh, well, how I slash these guys, like, he blocked me right there. So I have to learn to start with him in my first attack before I can move on.
And so that's actually a great point, or one question that I was meaning to ask is we're sort of taking a look at some earlier stages of the game, and plus you'll make the game. We're not seeing
nuke.
There you go. Just nuke them all. That's always a solution. So where does the challenge of the game come from? Where if you're a core gamer, if you're looking for a challenging iOS game, is it that sort of target priority, or how do you escalate things later on?
Yeah, what we wanted to do. We found we wanted to build a game that is more accessible to the mass audience, the broader audience. And we found that hardcore gamers get certain things and casual gamers just don't, because they don't have the time to put into it that can take over their whole lives. And we wanted to build a game that could potentially bridge the gap between the two. So by kind of encouraging short play sessions, by encouraging things that if you swipe and do things, you'll do well. But if you want to be great and you want to be perfect, there is skill involved, right?
Yeah.
But it's not to a punishing degree that you just won't be able to keep up with your friends. Because the worst thing is to play a game, you're busy at work, you're out of it for a while, and your friends are like way ahead of you, and then you're like, oh crap, I can't get back in because I can't keep up.
Yeah.
So that's why we have a lot of these special abilities, kind of get out of the jail cards and these other ways where you can play, you can get better. And then you can kind of just have fun. So fun was the priority.
Yeah.
But we did want there to be some skill, some things involved where, people would be better than others, obviously.
That's a big guy.
Let me switch dudes, because this guy is not meant for this level. I'm doing okay, but
You actually, I was just going to say, you're very good. One of the things I learned at IGN is that it's much harder to talk and play games at the same time than people might think it is. It's not an easy skill, so I'm saying, you know, you're doing actually a great job of being able to explain
More
what's
playing
what.
than talking. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
No, you're doing great.
So we'll, one other kind of fun feature is you can randomly find helmets throughout the game, and they do boost your skills. So I'm going to kind of, there's some like funny helmets. Some serious ones, some not so serious ones.
Gotcha.
So yeah, let's go on.
Are these equipment drops then that you
Yeah,
find?
you find loot.
Gotcha.
I can also upgrade my bow. You can also, if you're also having a hard time, you can get a spirit weapon that boosts your skill for a period of time. Like for example, this is like a really strong bow. So now I kind of wanted some help, and bam, it's much stronger. Well, maybe not against this guy.
Oh, you're getting it done.
There you go. Cool. And I can show off some of her abilities too when against the new guys. So.
And so this is the gauntlet that we're sort of reaching before the boss, right?
Yeah, we call it the assault mission. So there's always a trial period. You wanna take out the overlord, you got to get through his minions first, right? You can't just fight him directly.
Of course.
So part of that's the test, the challenge. So I got through a lot of. Oh, there's a lot of guys here. I'm gonna try a root gather. So the archer, she's good at shooting, so she has a root gather that kind of keeps guys in place.
Right.
So then now I kind of trap them. I can kind of shoot them while they're kind of stuck.
Sure, and she's also probably a little bit squishier than some of the other characters, so
Yep.
you need skills to sort of keep people rooted in place.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then I just had my little boomerang bow ability that helped there. Okay, getting closer. I think this is the end. I'm gonna swap to another guy. Because let's go with the Winter King. This is the strongest guy I have. So let's see if he can take out the boss here. All right, let's do this. All right, we fly up. Uh-oh, it is the Fire Brute boss. Tough one. So let's see. He's got a lot of minions. Let me just try to go directly towards him. Try to do a combo.
Sure. Those minions will mind their business.
Yeah. No,
And you
that's
got
not
those
good.
shielded guys.
I'm gonna need some help. Let's do this one. Ice shard. Let's see. Did I get anybody? Oh, I didn't get anybody. That stinks.
Yeah, they were very sneaky.
Let's do this one. This one I can actually paint a path, and then I kind of spin around, and I can hit a bunch of guys in the vicinity, so that can maybe help me out there.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a smart use of the touchscreen, right? Like.
Oh, I got him on. Oh, I gotta get out of there.
Oh.
Oh, there we go. Okay, that was good. Let's see if I can. He's almost dead. Should be able. There we go.
Nice.
Cool. Little minion guy. Get speed up. Poor guy. Cool. And we get the treasure chest at the end. Get some loot, some stones, summon more guys, and get further into the game.
Cool.
That's the whole thing.
So, you know, this is Battlestone. Have you announced a release date yet?
No, it'll be sometime this week.
Oh, you're coming out very soon.
Yep.
Well, that's very cool. You know, I'm eager to sort of get my hands on it and check it out for myself. I mean, is there anything else that people need to know about this before, you know, that we haven't quite covered yet?
I can go into some of the little, the extra details. We incorporate a bit of social bits where we do have a notion of guilds. So once you get a little bit further into the game, we track leaderboards where how well you're doing. My name here is Face First in a beautiful form there, and I'm not doing so hot.
No, you gotta.
I know.
You made the game.
Get
it
I'm
together.
Too much work, not enough play for me.
That's true.
So then you can join a guild. If you're in a guild that wins weekly tournaments, you get extra prizes. So you know you want to join good guilds, you want to play with your friends, and you kind of get extra coin and extra gem when you do that. And then the actual act of fighting is called dueling. So the way that we have a pretty simple form of asynchronous PvP that a lot of our players enjoy, but we're working at building up more and more out of it. This is kind of just a starting point.
Sure.
But here you select your fighter you want to play with, and then you get matchmade against somebody. Like, okay, well this guy, he's not that difficult. I'll get some easy rewards. Yeah, let's give it a shot, and let's see how I do. So this is still, it's him and his little crew, and I got to take them out. So based on how good he is, he might be hard or easy. So let's see here. Let me try to go after him. See, I was taken out pretty
good.
Yeah, so he's not even a challenge. I have, this guy's pretty beefy that I got. So
Yeah.
and I got some reward. Cool. I got some glory, and I'm going to move up in the ranks a little bit and help my guild out. So that's kind of the simple part of it. But
Cool.
I'm going to build on it more as we go.
And so this is, you know, free to download, and then, you know, you can transact to do some of the things like get the more powerful weapons, or, you know, I saw just here and there's some transactions, right? But there's no sort of upfront cost to download this?
No, it's a free app. We've been trying a lot to make it as small as possible on your storage, but this kind of game is a lot of art assets and it requires a little bit of memory to take, but we've been trying a lot to kind of condense it down as we go. But yeah, it's free to play.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, Simon, thank you for showing me a look at Battlestone. Everybody at home, remember that we're always trying to show you sort of the coolest mobile games that are, out now, coming soon on the iOS and Android store. So make sure you're keeping it locked to IGN.com/wireless and YouTube.com/IGN mobile games.
Cool. Thanks, everybody.